Hello, my name is Wayne Alexander, and today we're going to be talking about document libraries within SharePoint 2010, and I'll show you how to create one of these document libraries. Now, a document library lets you store and share files securely, and they also have add other features that help you manage things like document workflows, for example. I'm going to do another training video to show you exactly how these document workflows work and how you create them, but basically it gives you the ability to create rules or business processes that run in the background of your SharePoint. Now, a document library is a special kind of list because it can contain Microsoft Word files, but it can also contain Excel, PDF, Visio files, and even web pages could be stored within your document library. Now, one thing I find with our customers, they often ask, why use SharePoint 2010 instead of just using a shared network drive? Well, SharePoint 2010 and more importantly document libraries have extra functionalities that the network drive don't have. For example, they provide a unique web addressing for accessing of group documents. Also, it makes it possible within your document library it's possible to create views of the same type of document using the document's properties, and also you can create folders within your document library, and it's just a good way of grouping a subset of documents based on a particular permission requirement. So if a set of users have permission to see relevant documents, you can create the folder within your document library and then set the permissions on the folder. So there's lots of extras that you can do is just to dump documents in SharePoint. Okay, so we're going to be using my demo site to show you how to create a document library, and it's actually really straightforward. All you do on the left hand side here is just to select site actions, and I'm going to go ahead and click on new document library, and from within the new document library screen I actually have the ability to do several things. First things first, the system's going to go ahead and ask me to name my document, which I'm going to do now. I could put in a description if I wanted to. The system would always ask you want to display the document library on the quick launch. It's by default it's always going to be set to yes, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it on yes. Document version history. Now with SharePoint you have the ability to add versions to your documents. So what it does is it almost creates an audit trail of the documents and what changes, who made changes and when the document was uploaded back into SharePoint. By default it's set to no. I'm going to go ahead and select yes. And last but not least, you have your document template. Now by default it's set to Microsoft Word document, but if I was to click on the drop down you can actually change this to Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, or even a SharePoint Designer web page if you choose. I'm going to go ahead and choose Excel spreadsheet, and I'm just going to go ahead here and select create. Now as I create the as I clicked on that create button, what the system's done is it's gone away in the background and it created that document library. You could tell it's created a document library because within my libraries list in here there's a new document that we created, Wayne's document library 4. Now what I'm going to do is there's two types of tabs that's created within the document library. It's the library tab and the documents tab. So first of all I'm going to go ahead and click on the documents tab and go through the functionality in this ribbon here. First things first, we have the new button. If I click on the new button, the system basically allows me to create a new document of the document library type that we selected in the beginning. So remember I selected an Excel spreadsheet as my document template type, so the system gives me the ability to create a new Excel spreadsheet directly within the document library. Secondly, I could upload my document, which I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and select upload document here. And I'm just going to go ahead and upload a document which is sitting on my desktop. So go ahead here and add my test document. I could add version comments if I choose to. I've just uploaded the document and the document will appear in this view here. There it is. You'll notice the system timestamps when it was uploaded and by whom. Next we have the new folder icon. And what the new folder icon, as I mentioned earlier, gives you the ability to do is to create folders for documents that have something in common. So I'll just go ahead and click on that new folder button there, and it just gives you the ability to create that new folder. As you know, within SharePoint you have the ability to check documents out. So I could check the document out here. Once it was checked out, then the check-in button will become available for me to check the document back in once I'm done. Remember, we enabled version history. So if I was to select that document and just click on version history, which is what I'm doing now, the system would show the version number, when it was modified and by whom. So if this document was checked out and uploaded several more times, it will list all of the documents in this particular screen, or the version I should say. If you have permissions, you can delete the document, email a link to for this document to another user of the system. You could download a copy of the document to your PC, or what you can do is you can manually run a workflow based on this document. As I said, we're going to cover workflows in another training video, but I just wanted to show you that's what you can do from within this screen. If I just quickly go ahead and jump over to the library tab, the library tab hasn't changed much from within the library tab of the other areas of SharePoint. But what you basically have the ability to do within here, you can look at the standard view, which is what we're looking at the moment. You can create a datasheet view. You can create new views within your library, which I'll show you in another training session. You have things like creating the column, editing the columns in that view, again emailing a link. You find that some of these functionalities between the document tab and the library tab actually repeat themselves. You have the ability to export to Excel. And the reason why you have the ability to export to Excel is because again of the template type that we selected. And last but not least, you have the ability to set library permissions for this particular document library. Again, I'm going to cover how to set these library permissions in another training session. Okay, so we just went through what a document library is, how to create a document library, and how to upload a document to a document library. Thank you.